Jaw-dropping images from our planet. Are they real? Picture this. You're scrolling through photos online and suddenly stop dead in your tracks. The image in front of you looks like it's straight out of Avatar or some alien world millions of miles away. But here's the mind-blowing part. These incredible places actually exist right here on Earth. Today we're diving into 15 locations so surreal, so impossible looking, that you'll question whether they're even real. Trust me, by the end of this video, your travel bucket list is going to explode. Let's kick things off with something that completely breaks your brain. Off the coast of Mauritius, there's what appears to be a massive waterfall plunging into the ocean depths. But here's where it gets wild. This isn't water at all. What you're seeing is actually an optical illusion created by sand and sediment being swept off the underwater shelf by ocean currents. The island sits on a shallow platform that suddenly drops from 500 feet to over 12,000 feet deep, creating this incredible visual trick that has photographers around the world losing their minds. Speaking of things that seem pulled from fantasy, imagine floating through caves where the ceiling sparkles like a galaxy of stars. That's exactly what you'll find in New Zealand's Glowworm caves. These aren't your typical cave formations. They're home to thousands of tiny creatures called fungus gnats in their larval stage. These little guys produce an ethereal blue-green light through a chemical reaction in their bodies, designed to lure prey. The result is absolutely magical, like drifting through the universe itself. Now let's talk about mountains that look like they were designed by aliens. The Tianzi Mountains in China rise like impossibly thin pillars from the earth, some reaching nearly 4,000 feet into the sky. These quartzite sandstone towers began forming 400 million years ago, slowly carved by erosion into these gravity-defying spires. When mist rolls in, they become even more mystical, which is exactly why they inspired the floating mountains in Avatar. Walking among them feels like entering another dimension entirely. But wait until you see nature's most incredible hot tub. The Grand Prismatic Spring in Yellowstone is larger than a football field and deep enough to swallow a 10-story building. What makes it absolutely stunning are the rainbow rings surrounding it. Vivid reds, oranges, yellows, greens, and blues created by heat-loving bacteria that thrive in different temperature zones. It's like looking at a giant eye staring up from the earth, pumping out over 500 gallons of steaming water every single minute. Here's something that'll mess with your perception of what's possible in nature. Monte Roraima in Venezuela looks like someone carved the top off a mountain with surgical precision. This massive flat-topped formation spans 12 square miles and is surrounded by sheer cliffs over 1,000 feet tall, creating an almost perfect tabletop in the sky. Local indigenous peoples believed it was the stump of a giant tree that once bore all the world's fruits. And honestly, looking at its impossible geometry, you can understand why. Get ready for this one. There's a lake in Senegal that's bright pink. Lake Retba gets its bubblegum color from algae that thrives in the super salty water. The salt content is so extreme that people float effortlessly, and the entire shoreline is lined with workers harvesting salt deposits. During dry season, the pink becomes even more intense, creating one of the most surreal landscapes you've ever seen. China strikes again with the red beach in Panjin, where the shoreline looks like it's been painted with crimson. This isn't sand or rocks. It's actually a plant called Sueda salsa that turns brilliant red as it matures. The entire wetland transforms into what looks like an alien landscape, especially when viewed from above. It's the largest wetland of its kind in the world and provides habitat for over 200 bird species. Poland holds one of nature's greatest mysteries, the Crooked Forest. 400 pine trees all bent in exactly the same way, growing north for several feet before shooting straight up toward the sky. Planted in the 1930s, nobody knows why they grew this way. Some think it was human intervention, others blame a freak weather event, but with no record surviving, it remains one of forestry's most puzzling phenomena. Madagascar's stone forest will make you think twice about walking barefoot anywhere. This landscape of razor-sharp limestone pillars, some reaching 2,600 feet high, formed over millions of years through monsoon erosion and underground cave collapses. The name literally means, where one cannot walk barefoot. And that's not an exaggeration. These formations are sharp enough to slice through skin and equipment with ease. Lake Baikal in Russia becomes a winter wonderland unlike anything else on Earth. When this massive freshwater lake freezes, it creates ice sculptures that seem impossible. Methane bubbles get trapped in perfectly clear ice, creating stunning patterns. Wind and pressure form towering ice formations, and rocks balance on delicate ice pedestals. It's like walking through nature's own ice museum. The Rishat structure in Mauritania, known as the Eye of Africa, is a 25-mile wide bullseye visible from space, but nearly impossible to detect from ground level. This perfect series of concentric circles was carved by millions of years of erosion, though scientists still debate exactly how it formed so symmetrically. Ancient artifacts found throughout the area suggest humans have been puzzled by this formation for thousands of years. Nevada's Fly Geyser looks like something from an alien planet, but it's actually the result of human accident. When geothermal drilling attempts were abandoned in the early 1900s, mineral deposits began building up around the openings, creating a multicolored alien-like structure that continuously shoots water 5 feet into the air. The rainbow colors come from heat-loving algae and mineral deposits that have been accumulating for decades. Deep beneath Mexico lies one of the most incredible discoveries in geological history. The crystal cave near Naica contains gypsum crystals so massive they defy belief, some reaching 39 feet long and weighing 55 tons. These are the largest crystals ever discovered on Earth, grown over millions of years in superhot mineral-rich water. Unfortunately, the cave is currently sealed because the extreme heat and humidity make it deadly for humans to explore. Turkmenistan hosts one of the most bizarre disasters in modern history. The Gates of Hell crater has been burning continuously for over 50 years after a Soviet drilling operation went wrong in 1971. When the ground collapsed and began leaking methane, scientists decided to burn it off, expecting it to stop within weeks. 5 decades later, this 230-foot wide crater still burns day and night, creating an otherworldly hellscape in the middle of the desert. Finally, we end with something so beautiful, it seems impossible. Colombia's Caño Cristales River transforms into a liquid rainbow during certain times of the year. A special plant called Macarenia clavigera turns brilliant red underwater, mixing with other aquatic plants to create streams of yellow, green, blue, and black, flowing through crystal clear water. It's literally like swimming through a rainbow, earning it the nickname, the most beautiful river in the world. These incredible places prove that our planet is far more extraordinary than we ever imagined. From underwater waterfalls to burning craters that never stop, from rainbow rivers to crystal caves bigger than buildings, Earth continues to amaze us with wonders that seem too incredible to be real. Which of these mind-blowing locations surprised you the most? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more incredible discoveries that'll expand your view of what's possible on our amazing planet.